right, Mr. Vaughn, we're going to hit you with a couple questions today.
Cool.
So, first things first, this isn't about the collection specifically, but for you, if you could pick one, of course you got all kinds of influences, but if you had one favorite era, one time period, something you really draw a lot of inspiration from, or something that just gets you fired up, like what's that era for you in fashion?
I'm gonna do two. I do enjoy long shorts, so even the ones I have on right now, like it's a different type of material, it's still heavyweight. So I say the 2000s for that baggy look, long chains, obviously, and then I say, what's it, 70s when they was wearing all that tight stuff?
Real tight, real kind of flare. Lots of, I think fabrics was really starting to get crazy in that era.
Yeah, I definitely say flare pants, stuff like that. Just accentuating certain parts of the body that aren't really supposed to be. You know what I mean? Besides that,
I would definitely say that I like that too, because I think the 70s is an era where you start to see, like, I think politics kind of affects fashion, or just in the sense of like, in super conservative cultures, fashion is something they also restrict a lot. So like, in a subconscious way, America's all about freedom, but like you could see where culture went from so conservative to starting to get like a lot more just like open-minded.
I definitely say that of just like clothes don't have a gender, and you can definitely see in the 70s people was wearing whatever they wanted to.
Yeah.
I put on some real skinny pants. I definitely say that. So those are definitely my two.
Okay. Great answer. Thank you so much. All right, now we're gonna get into some least favorites. So this is the haters ball of the Puppet Theater interview. You know what I mean? So next question is least favorite micro trend, and if you got a couple, that's all right. But least favorite.
Least favorite. Like I said, the jorts. Obviously, people see something and they be like, yeah, I really don't like this, and then they'll see somebody else and be like, dang, I definitely gotta wear it. Like Playboy Cardi in the backwards jerseys. It's just copying. I think my least favorite micro trend is just copying. That's got to be it. I'm really cool with everything. It's just not being original.
I can't agree more, and it's kind of funny because like for me, I think back to like when I was younger, you know, and you see someone like Kanye rocking like 19 centimeter Dior's with like a black cement 3, and there were certain periods where it was like, okay, I need that wash of Dior denim with that year of black cement 3. You know, so on the one hand, I do understand that that's where I think a lot of people start out, you know, like, oh, okay, like I see, you know what I mean, like some celebrity wearing this, like let me just go find that thing. But I think for me too, it's like in a time where, because I think that just reeks of like lack of individuality, or it's such a kind of a follower mentality, you know?
Exactly, that's where I see it from, because obviously there's inspirations. You're gonna get inspired by something, but like that's why I'm a gatekeeper. Because some person be like, "Where'd you get that from?" I'm like, "You gotta go find it. You gotta go find it. I ain't gonna. Yeah, you gotta do some research. I ain't gonna just be telling you."
And that's something I think has changed dramatically. I'd say even in the last 5 years. Like I think fashion went from a lot of the coolness being, oh, you don't know, or you know what I mean, kind of being protective of some of those stores or some of those brands. Where like now, again, it's a double-edged sword, because sometimes it's like, okay, I pull open Instagram and it's like, okay, here's like the 5 most esoteric Alexander McQueen runway shows ever, you know, and it's like, well, that's a cool video, I want to watch that. But then I also, in the same sense, I'm like, oh, it shouldn't be this easy, or like you used to really have to go dig for that. You used to have to earn that on some level. So, or anytime something goes viral, to me, it's like, okay, you got about 48 hours before I'm so bored of seeing this. You know, so those cycles are just hella short now.
Definitely in the phase of social media, you'll see something and then everybody likes it, and then the peak is so high that it's got to go down.
Exactly.
It's got to go down, and then somebody sees it and they're like, "Oh, you still wearing that?" Like, yeah, I actually enjoy it. I wasn't wearing it for the trends. I'm like, I'm really invested into it.
Anytime something's going to be white hot, you know, even I say Balenciaga's kind of cooling off right now, or you know, anytime something like that, the Samba, like anytime something gets to that level of popularity, it's gonna kill it. You know what I mean? So I think that's where, and I think that's where I think for bigger brands, they should be more aware of that. So next one, this is kind of a funny one, but the question is, what's your I guess this is a little bit like the last question, but what's like a fashion ick? Like, what's something you see and you're just like, nah.
Fashion ick. I say even though we just talked about it, like the double knee with the Timbs with the Carhartt jacket, it's just the peak was so high. The peak was so high, and now you got people that are never going to touch a construction site wearing the fullest Carhartt. Yeah, let me hear yours.
Me, bro. Okay, for me, there's no coming back from. If I see a pair of Allbirds, the respect is gone. I hate to say it, but that's me being dead honest. If I see someone in a pair of Allbirds, I'm like, NPC.
That's fair.
You're not gonna say anything off the script. You are just.
That's fair. I like Sambas, but them black and white ones.
Yeah,
black and white ones with the brown.
It got cooked, right?
It's just that colorway in particular.
That colorway is funny to me because that reminds me of like being in high school and like just like the soccer kids just like wearing that shoe. I feel like anytime too, you get that micro trend and you always see somebody in the crispy new pair and they're kind of flexing and you're like, that's not even a flex. But I like when you see people who's like they're so behind trend. Like I remember I had seen this one cat at this bagel spot and he just had the most cooked pair of Sambas with the real long tongues.
Like that's a real like I'm okay with those.
Yeah, I was so okay with that.
I'm okay with those. Like got holes in them.
Yeah.
Like soccer jersey on with it. Like
it was actually funny because I was looking at them and I was like, man, that actually looks so much cooler. Like I almost wish mine looked like that. And I always am thinking that like, oh, I need to wear this one jacket till it's got a hole in it and then I'm wearing it like once a year. Yeah.
Go home and cut it up, throw in some dirt.
Yeah, it definitely. Seeing how you treat your footwear definitely inspires me to actually do more of that. Which
mine's just like I'm not cleaning them. Obviously, like I don't know, cause all my shoes, I feel like even the shoes I got on, like I'm not gonna clean them because it's a part of the journey. There's some obviously I'm gonna clean, but most.
So that's gonna be my next question is. Just pick out a couple of the shoes and just kind of talk a little bit about like why you like them or why maybe you think it would have looked cool with the collection, or if there was any you kind of had like, you know, like you picked up those shorts just a couple days ago, so like was there any pieces where you were like, oh, this is gonna look super fly, or like just I know you're very particular and got a really unique flair when it comes to your shoes.
I'll throw it to you.
We could bring
probably
them over.
Those Adidas, the hooping shoes.
Okay.
I got so many colorways of these that it's like these ones in particular I was hooping in and I was like, no, I can't. I gotta wear them. So these with flare pants, these with flare pants are really nice, even if it is like a basketball shoe. I was always that type to wear like LeBrons and wear like Kobe's as like actual outfits. So seeing that Yeezy was able to make a shoe that's this detailed, yeah, I definitely gotta wear these with the fits.
That was a sleeper to me. I didn't expect how much that shoe was gonna grow on me.
Exactly.
And I remember that era too. I mean, I was really rocking. I like LeBron 8s and 9s, Kobe's, and that kind of 6 and 7 era. But I think Adidas is actually one of those brands that has some very epic basketball silhouettes and very interesting style potential there. Definitely like that.
The foam posits.
Yeah, cone foams. And that's what you were wearing when you came by. So I feel like I already was kind of telling you how much I wanted to see those with the collection.
I got so many foam posits. I love foam posits. I love foam posits. I need to get a pair of white ones, and I just got these ones, but I don't know. Foam posits is just nostalgia. It's really nostalgia. Just like how I just said basketball shoes. I had a pair of gold foam posits in high school. Definitely with the collection with these shorts. Like I said, I was wearing these shorts 3 days in a row. Yeah. 2 of the days I was wearing foam posits with them, so it's got to be foam posits for sure. I love foam posits.
Okay, and what about a third choice?
Third choice.
I mean, you already rocking the bricks. You could go there, or you could.
I'm gonna say bunny boots. I know we was just talking about it.
They're so cold though. I mean,
they're so cold. Like how we just said, micro trends when it gets like super red hot. You know, you seen Prada in the runway show, and everybody was like, "What are those?" But like, I love going to military surplus stores. I love military like clothes and how they look and how like the straps and the zippers. So yeah, I love these.
They're so cool. And something I'll say too is like with that, like sometimes I think there's a curse of a product almost being too good.
It's too good,
like with that, it's almost like sometimes with the Samba, it's like I get so annoyed by it, and then I'm like, bro, but it's actually just one of the most simple sneakers you could come up with outside of a dunk type shoe or a running type shoe. Like that Tito kind of I mean, it's a German army trainer. It's the exact same type of inspiration. And so sometimes that's where I kind of almost give it a pass where I'm like, well, at a certain point, everyone's just going to buy that shoe, right? Like, isn't that a shoe almost every kid got when they were growing up? You know what I mean? So
I love chunky shoes. Like, all the shoes I brought are chunky. Basically chunky. I just love chunky shoes.
Yeah, the only real low profile is that Chuck Taylor and the Vibram. I guess those Elite slides are kind of sleek too.
Yeah, I love chunky shoes. The black bunny boots that I brought, they're not the same type bunny boots. They're like, they're slimmer.
Oh.
Yeah, they're actually slimmer than the actual.
They're one of these out here?
Yeah, all these are black.
Oh yeah, I mostly wear black, honestly.
That's
I've been trying to.
I gotta pull up some of his YouTube videos, but you see this guy literally the closet is like.
Oh, the closet.
The rack is black. It's black. There's not like a section.
It's black. It's black. I just started posting YouTube videos again, so that's definitely a part of the clickbait. Is like, bro, this dude is sitting in an all black closet talking about clothes. Like, the video got to be decent. That's definitely the clickbait behind it.
Yeah, shoes age well, all black.
Oh yeah, the shoes definitely age well. I've been coming out of it though. I definitely been.
Yeah, you ain't playing.
I wasn't exaggerating.
I ain't playing.
No, but it's hard. It's hard because I think too. Again, that shows like even if it is a little bit like you planned it out. Like, I want to appear this way. You know, that to me again, it's just that point of view is like, yeah, you could do anything any way you want, but if you apply some kind of a filter or some kind of a, I don't know. I just like when people have they actually have that rigor to like, nah, I just wear black. And to me, that's like, wow, that's actually like very impressive kind of restraint and self-control, and it just shows such like an organization in your method and your thinking and in your fashion. So I think that's super cool.
I have my phase. I mean, it's not really a phase because I got so much that now it's like, dang. But I've been trying not to get the same thing over and over, and I kind of reached the max of like black stuff that I can get without it matching the stuff I already got. So I definitely been looking into different areas of color. And there's so many clothes, and I love clothes so much that it's not fair to only get black stuff. You know what I mean? So I've been trying to outsource, I'd say.
Yeah. Well, that's cool to hear, but I like both sides of the thinking.
Both sides is nice.
So, all right, and then this is gonna be the last question for this outfit, this part of the interview, and this is again just kind of a fun one. But what matters more to you? I guess I kind of was specifying like romantically, but I guess just like you could say like in a friend, in a companion. What matters more to you, fashion sense or music taste?
I do both. Romantically, it's got to be fashion because like,
yeah.
I don't know. That's a good question. It's got to be fashion because if I'm with my friend and he ain't up to par, it's like, dang, how we gonna go? How we going?
We can't go to the matcha spot like this.
We can't pull up to the club even wearing some LeBrons, even though. I mean, you got to be ready to hoop whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I definitely say, I'm not sure. I'm not real particular in both of them. But since it's a question, I gotta choose one.
Yeah.
I gotta say fashion sense because music, you can look at somebody and not know their music.
Mm-hmm.
You can look at somebody and know their fashion sense based on what they wear. You know?
And I have met those people over the years where, man, from like waking up to going to bed, like I'm always like, gotta be listening to something.
Mm-hmm.
But in that moment, it just made me realize like, okay, the same way like somebody's like, yo, I got like a muscle car, and you're kind of like, I don't really care about that, but that's cool for you. Like I think it could be the same way in all these different kind of interests, you know, like oh, I just don't really care about fashion, or I just don't. So on the one hand, I'm kind of with you where it's like that's not really what I judge off of, or you know, I've had plenty of good friends where it's like, oh, we're not really similar at all. But then again, as you say, it's kind of like, yeah, like if you don't have some sense of style, or if you don't care at all about those things, then like it's tough to really picture you having that kind of friendship with someone. But that's where music for me is kind of the same way too, because like again, it's like, man, like just that's almost how I explain everything. Like, oh, this artist or this genre or whatever it is. So
a lot of my friends, like, we've been friends for a long time, and I branched off into the fashion and stuff. They branched off into other things. They don't really like fashion like that. They just wear clothes. Mm-hmm. But you talking about music? Music is like, you can't not like music around me because I always got music going on. I always is like, did you hear that? Are you onto this new artist? Mm-hmm. So, yeah, saying you don't listen to music, like, listening to your thoughts all the time, I don't know. I'd rather just listen to some music.
You get out of this brain and just get in the moment, you know.
Yeah.
Music helps you with that for sure.
I definitely say that.
Yeah. All right. Well, we're probably gonna chop this video up, but thanks so much for answering these questions.
Of course, thanks for
And
the
let's,
questions.
yeah, bro, absolutely. And let's try out the next fit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Mr. Vaughn. Just want to thank you again for coming down and styling the collection.
Of course.
And now we have some chance for you to actually kind of spend some time in the clothes, try some different things on. Just want to ask you a couple of questions, just kind of your take, your point of view on the collection. So first question is going to be, what's your favorite piece out of this collection, out of Act 2?
My favorite piece, and the other one that we was just recording, it's got to be these sweats.
Yeah.
It's got to be the sweats. I got them on.
You got the long version on right now.
I got the long jeans on, the long ones on.
What do you like about them? Like, what's special about them?
The quality. I definitely say the quality. I've been looking, particular for me, I've been looking for a pair of longer type shorts, but still give off the feeling of quality, still heavyweight. Even like the little details. He was telling me, I was looking, I'm like, is that fabric on the things? It's just little stuff like that. They fit well. They fit very flowy.
Yeah, the fit is definitely, I think, where they shine, and that to me is almost kind of that like old school and one type fit.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But updated, more modern. You know. Let's talk tops. What's the favorite top from the collection?
Favorite top? If it's not the one that I'm wearing now, it's got to be the one I'm wearing now. Honestly.
Yeah, facts.
Even the backstory behind it, you was telling me about it. I was like, okay, it's very nice. I like how if you like the crop look, these are the perfect crops of where you would want a crop shirt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So just the creativity behind that, I enjoy that a lot.
From watching your videos, I know you're someone who cares a lot about not just the quality, but of course the fit and the little details. So I definitely appreciate you saying that, and fun to see you style it. Because again, that's to me where some of the details, it's when you crop something, you run the risk of losing people who, oh, it's too short. But to me, it's like kind of it could be like everything, but that's where we want to have that kind of more unique edit on it. And what about, do you have a second favorite, like another, maybe one of the pants that you would say is a favorite?
Pants? The pants, it's got to be these ones.
Yeah.
If not so, these ones. I just enjoy the knee details that you put into it, of just the stitching and like, I don't know, I feel like you could elaborate more on it, but I do enjoy this.
I thought they looked cool on you, and that one I would say to me is about kind of very simple style in a way, but just with some details that make it really elegant, really fun to wear. Kind of almost taking that suiting level of construction and tailoring, but bringing it to a more kind of utilitarian style. Okay, we were talking about this a little bit. We've been talking a lot about Cardi's new album, I Am Music. Is there one track on that album that you feel like kind of almost fits the vibe, or, you know, like maybe it's just a favorite track and whatever, but is there something from that album that you feel like kind of, you're like, yo, this is the soundtrack of this collection?
You know, I feel any song could fit into it. I like the diversity of it. So I'd have to say Trim.
Yeah.
Just because that song, you got Future talking on it. You got Swamp Izzo just screaming. You got Cardi rapping, and you know, you don't really hear that a lot in music nowadays. And being that this collection was so focused on just, I mean, it's just such a wide range. So I feel Trim, just because that song in particular is just, there's a lot going on, and there's a lot going on in this collection.
Yeah, and I like that track too, because as you said, it's got that like energy on 100 type feeling, but then also it does have those other elements of just like, yeah, like very, very interesting. Lots taken in that track. And I think about the album too. That's what I think you said. What is that chaotic energy, but it's at the same time, I think that's Cardi's universe. That's where the vamp comes alive. You know, like you're gonna see everything this guy's into. I kind of got one last one. Okay, if you were gonna put together a fit to hoop in out of this, what's that gonna look like?
Fit to hoop in?
Yeah. Because you had the hoop in shoes, you know.
I gotta.
Okay, maybe you could go tunnel fit and then go like on-court fit.
Okay, tunnel fit.
Yeah.
Tunnel fit. I'm going bomber.
Yeah.
I'm going bomber with sweats and some foam pockets. I'll say that.
Yeah.
I can't wear these to hoop, unfortunately. because when I do my little crossover, the ball finna get stuck in between my legs.
You need a little more mobility, huh?
I need a little bit more mobility, so I think I'm gonna go with these.
Okay.
Just because they are a little thinner.
Uh-huh.
That don't mean that the quality bad. Don't be saying that, but they are a little thinner, so I get a little more breathing room.
Yeah.
And then shirt has got to be this first one. I'm gonna say this one.
Yeah.
So this is the hooping fit. I'm going gray for the hooping fit.
So you're gonna kind of like.
I'm going gray for the
They're not even gonna know what they're in for when you show up with that, because you're gonna.
They're gonna be like, bro, he pulled up in some cargo pants and some zippers, like he really don't hoop.
And that's when you shark them, right?
Literally, you know I hoop because I can't put these on because the crossovers aren't going to be as deadly.
Bro's too focused.
So yeah, we gonna literally.
And then post game, I feel like post game, that's when you gotta exit in the tracksuit, right? Like
Post game, I'm going. Let me see. Let me pull it out. Post game, I'm going tracksuit. Going full
that's
tracksuit.
just so obvious to me. You know what I mean? Like
Now
it's time to rest.
You could really wear this intro and outro.
That's a fact. Yeah, I kind of when I'm designing too, I kind of like imagining that world of almost you could almost say imaginary sports team, or just kind of designing for those settings, almost in a kind of theatrical sense. So yeah, bro, but it's been a pleasure. Enjoyed seeing, as I said in the beginning, just kind of your angle on the collection, and yeah, excited to keep cooking with you. And
of course, I appreciate you and being able to even do all this stuff with the collection, especially because it's great clothes. I'd hate to do this and the clothes suck and I gotta sit here and flex like, yeah, that's good, but no, great quality, great little details, which I'm always a fan of. I always appreciate that. So, of course, thank you.
Appreciate the kind review, and man, you are Vaughn's a killer, man. Anyone watching this video, Vaughn, if you need some kind of modeling or just styling, or definitely hit Vaughn up, because couldn't appreciate doing this with you more. And yeah, so all right, that's a wrap for the vid, guys. Thanks for watching. Peace.